welcome to I Am Struggling the podcast. Welcome again to another episode. I am Struggling the podcast. If you're new here, my name is Divide. Every Friday, I drop a new episode talking about mental health issues within the best of my abilities. This is a safe space where real people share real stories, no filters, no judgments, just their stories. Guys, I have good news. First of all, do you like my hair? I feel like I was straight head for 2 episodes. I love switching my hair, by the way, so you're gonna see more styles from me. Also, on a very, very good note, I have officially finished my diploma in mental health. I did it this week. I wrote my final exams this week and I'm really excited. Can't wait to get my certificate. Guys, it's been a very interesting week for me personally. Um and this episode is very, very, very dear to my heart. Like, mental health itself is very dear to my heart. Today's episode about anxiety, overthinking, and those sleepless nights that feel like they're swallowing you. And the reality of anxiety is it's not talked about enough. It's not talked about enough. I think for me personally, I feel like I've lived my whole life being anxious in a way. And I will explain. Anxiety doesn't always look like a panic attack. It doesn't. Sometimes it's just quiet. Sometimes it's a continuous tightness in your chest, that invisible weight that you feel like you're carrying all over on your shoulder, on your head, on your body, everywhere. It just feels so heavy. It's waking up already worried about the day, already worried before something goes wrong. An unexplainable dread. It's almost like a shadow. You can feel it all over you, like something's about to happen. It can even be like, oh my god, like I can feel like, oh my god, something's happening. Sometimes it's not even about you. It can be about someone else and you just start worrying about them. It's waking up and not feeling like you got it. And people often just say, just calm down, stop overthinking, you're stressing yourself out. Anxiety isn't a button that you just switch off and on. I need to do that. It's not a button. It's a battle that you're fighting with your own mind. And even on days where you seem fine on the outside, you're still fighting a silent battle. And I think for me, as young as I was, growing probably like 7, I used to cry. I have this memory, not the one anyone told me. I used to cry a lot. I used to be anxious about going into school. Guys, until I was in grade 12, I still used to cry about going into school. I hated school so much 'cause it made me feel so anxious. The teachers were very horrible. And if you grew up in Nigeria, you know what I'm talking about. Like, the education system in Nigeria is meant to make you feel anxious. There's no calming. I don't know if now maybe things are changing as time is progressing. There's no, oh my god, you go to school late, you get flogged. If you're not wearing the right socks, you get flogged. If you're not wearing the right shoe, you get flogged. If you don't know your multiplication timetable, you got flogged. And I hated getting flogged. I still do. Like, I could be arguing with you, and the moment you're like, I will slap you, that is where the conversation ends. Don't touch me. Don't touch me. I'm not going to be able to do that. So that attributed to a lot of my anxiousness growing up. I remember this one time when I probably just going to secondary school because I went from primary 4 to just 1, and then my teacher was like, all of you, I think we didn't do the assignment or something. Oh, the whole class, go outside, go lie down on the floor. After a while, she came and she started flogging people. Oh my god. I fainted, guys. Like, she didn't flog me. She was already flogging maybe like 20 people. And I realized, like, oh my god, it's getting to my turn. I fainted. I couldn't do it. And trust me, I wasn't even pretending. What happened was, like, I started breathing fast. I was like hyperventilating. And then the next thing I woke up, I was in the nurse's office. Like, I was gone, guys. Like, I was gone. That was like a high level anxiety. Like, I personally, I was on inhalers at some point in my life because I was dealing with a lot of anxiousness. And now that I think about it, or now that I'm beginning to know more and study more about mental health, it wasn't good for me because there were so many things that I feel like I was good at, but I was so anxious because I always felt like I never had the right to feel. Like, I never got the permission to feel because I come from a family with high achievers. Like, what's your excuse? You're anxious? BFFR, girl, be for real, because ain't nobody gonna listen to that. And overthinking is so with anxiety. Let me let this down for you. Follow me. Overthinking feels like being trapped in a maze of your own thoughts. Remember, that's what I said. And anxiety is a battle in your mind. Remember, I just said that it's a battle in your mind. Anxiety is a battle in your mind. Overthinking is a maze. Is you being in a maze in your own thoughts. So It's the same. For you to be anxious, you have to be an overthinker. You have to think like, oh my god, something is gonna go wrong. This You find yourself in that situation where you're anxious because you've thought about a situation years and miles and miles and miles more than what the situation is presenting right now in your reality. You replay conversations, you analyze text, you create scenarios that haven't happened yet. You think about what you said, you think about what you did, then you think about what you should have said, then you think about what they might be thinking because of what you have said. It's exhausting. It is exhausting, and I've lived in this maze for so long. I personally, I'm not gonna lie, this is my podcast and I'm gonna be real. Nobody pay me to do this. I'm gonna say the truth. I have lost friendships, relationships because of my anxiety and overthinking. I get to a point where I sit down and I think like, because obviously of previous traumas of things that have happened to me in the past, I think to myself like, is this gonna happen again? Am I going through the same struggles again? Am I living in like a repeated cycle? So what I now do is I create a defense mechanism that is going to save me from going through such pain again. But the thing is, that person is going to hurt you differently. It sounds funny, but it's not funny because, yeah, you might have been in a relationship and have gotten cheated on in that relationship. Even if this your current partner is cheating, he's going to still cheat on you differently. She's going to still cheat on you differently. And if you're out there and you're in a relationship and you're playing games and you're cheating on the person, you're very shameless, you're very annoying, and you shouldn't be in a relationship. Oversharing steals your peace, it steals your joy, it steals your confidence, and it makes you live in fear every time. You're scared of your own reality, you're scared of your own life. I used to love making friends, but the more I started overthinking, the more I became anxious. I stopped making friends. I stopped loving making friends. I stopped trying to make friends. People say, "Oh, can I be your friend?" I'll be like, "You weirdo. I don't want you." Guys, it's so horrible living life like that. It's so horrible. It's the worst living life like that, where you're just so anxious of everything because you overthink everything. And when you are anxious, in fact, it goes anxiousness, then it goes sleepless night. Because when your mind is constantly working and you can't take a break and you can't relax and you can't calm down, you can't sleep. There are sometimes there's something about nighttime that makes you feel heavier. And that's just the truth. When you are dealing with mental health issues, night times always feel heavier. They feel dark, they feel lonely, they feel whatever word you want to call it. And the world gets calmer because most people are already in bed or trying to settle in bed, but your mind is loud. What the voices, they just can't stop. The pacing around, the arranging, the fixing the puzzles, they keep going. You toss, you turn, you're scared, you're staring at the ceiling, you're scared to be alone, you're scrolling endlessly on your phone, sitting down in your thoughts. Hours passes, 1 a.m., 3 a.m., 4 a.m. You're just sitting down there in a spiral. What if I fail? What if I'm not good enough? What if they leave me? What if they get better than me? What if I never catch up? What if I'm never good enough? What if I never have children? What if my children are not good? What if my wife cheat on me? What if my husband is cheating on me? What if my husband is doing something I don't know? It keeps going like a broken record, and then you finally sleep and it's only for a blink and then you're awake again and you're tired, you're drained, you have to pretend like you're fine. People see your face, but you don't want them to know that you're fighting all these battles. Sleepless night, it kills you because you need that 12 hours of sleep. Wow, 12 hours of sleep, what a luxury. I'm not gonna cut this part out. What a luxury. I'd love to sleep for 12 hours. I love sleeping, by the way, but I meant 8 hours of sleep. 8 good hours of sleep. You need it, you need it, you need it, you need it. You need to sleep, you need your brain to rest, you need your body to be rejuvenated in the morning. And you can't do that if you're overly thinking everything. Talk to people. Talk to someone. You're not alone. Talk to someone. Get help. It's okay to get help. Getting help doesn't make you less, it makes you better. Write that down in your mind, in your heart, engrave it. Asking for help does not make you less, it makes you better. It makes you a better person, it makes you a smarter person. It shows that you're choosing yourself, that you love yourself, and you want to be with yourself. When I was going through my things, I used to go and research, I used to go on Google, I used to read people's story, I used to check and see where can I get information that can help me, what is happening to me. Because honestly speaking, when I started dealing with anxiety, depression, and stuff like that, I didn't even know what was wrong with me. I thought I was just like, what, going through sadness or like not myself. But life is deeper than that, and we need to be able to have these conversations where we're open and honest with each other and say, oh my god, I'm so sad. And can I just say something to people out there? If someone ever comes to you and open up to you and tell you that I'm anxious, I'm depressed, and then you open your big fat mouth and then say, What are you depressed for? You live with your parents. What are you depressed for? You have a good life. You have your husband. You have your children. What are you depressed for? You've gone to school. What are you depressed for? What if your parents are still alive? What are you depressed for? Well done, oh, madam, cha lady, cha man. You when they get depression. Please, please, BFFR. Please, like just be for real for once. What do you mean that? Oh, because someone has their parents alive, or because someone lives with their parents, or because they're not allowed to be depressed? Like, I don't get it. And I'm speaking because someone had told me that before, and it was very disgusting. Like, don't say stuff like that. Allow people to express themselves to you. Although for me, I knew that was the last time I'm going to ever speak to that person about mental health because they don't have knowledge. When you don't have knowledge, you act a fool and you behave like someone that is uneducated. Like, seriously, how does me telling you that I'm sad about something? What if the thing I'm sad about is the fact that I'm even living with my parents at my age? Like, I don't get what you're trying to say. Like, what if the thing that I'm depressed of is that the life that I planned for myself when I was in high school, when I was in university, is not the life that I'm living now? You cannot tell me how to feel about a situation that you're not in. And that is another reason why I do not correct people's children for them. Because if your mother says that that behavior is acceptable, then it's fine to me because I don't care. I don't care. Like, I really don't. There are nights where I cried and I was just like, you know what? I need to change my life. Prayers helps me. If you're religious, I think prayer is another good way to deal with your anxiety. Right after talking about it, talk about the things that make you anxious, talk about the things that bother you so much that keeps you awake at night. Express yourself in a reasonable way. Anxiety, depression, mental health will never be an excuse for you to be mean, violent, or hostile to anyone. I know it's really hard trying to get your point across to people that do not know what you're going through, but at the end of the day, it's not an excuse to be mean, to be horrible, to be violent, especially to other people. So if you're listening today, just know that you're not alone. I can relate to you. You're special, you're loved. There's no miracle cure, just little things that can help you. I'm going to give you simple coping tools, simple things that you can put into your daily routine that will help you cope with your anxiety, overthinking, and sleepless nights. Number one, ground yourself by create routines in general. Routines have helped me to navigate my anxiety, navigate my depression, navigate like mental health issues need coordination. You need to be able to coordinate your life. Remember, thoughts are not facts. You think you're not good enough, that's not a fact. You think you're not beautiful enough, that's not a fact. You think your children are gonna you're worried about your children, whatever it is that you're worried about your children about is not a fact. Even if it's something that's happening to them right now, it's not the end. You're gonna change, you're gonna grow up, you're gonna be better. And these tools ease anxiety. They help you breathe again. Try them, work with them, and be patient with yourself. It's not a miracle. You're going through this phase because you're gonna be better and you're gonna feel better. It's not the end of the world. And if you're struggling with anxiety, depression, overthinking, sleepless nights, I want you to hear this personally. You're not weak. You're not dramatic. You're not alone. You're just a human being. You're just a human being, and your feelings matter, but your thoughts are not facts. That is what I want you to remember today. Your thoughts are not facts. If you think your partner is cheating, if you haven't caught them cheating, they're not cheating. If you think you're not good enough, if you never try, you never know. And if you fail, you can do it again. It means that you are able to. Failure means that you're able to. If you feel like you're not beautiful, who is? You are your standard. You are your standard. I can't compare myself to Kendall Jenner. I'm not Kendall. I don't know her. And we haven't had the same life. So why would you compare yourself to someone else? Thanks for listening to today's episode of I Am Struggling the podcast. If you've enjoyed this podcast, please don't forget to like, comment, share. And if you have a story to share, also send it to our email at iamstruggling@gmail.com or send a DM on Instagram. Follow us on Instagram. We do post a lot of funny videos and I love it there. I am struggling _ podcast on TikTok and Instagram.